All right, so I am recording it. I kind of have a dilemma on where to post it. I feel like I'm without an organization group right now, so I don't know, but I'll probably just post it in there and then in the director's chat that I made so that you can post it on your team pages too, because I think the team pages is really where it's going to be seen.
Yeah.
So
Okay, good. We can do that.
yeah. Can I just tell you, I started taking this class this morning, and I had to get off the first class because I was doing calls, but it's called Banish Clutter or something like that in your business. And the lady that does it actually used to be an executive with Pampered Chef. And I only listened to the first 15 minutes of the first call. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this so bad. And I'm so impressed with it. And it's all about how to organize digital information as well as paper information and just make it easier to find, easier to share, that kind of stuff. So if it's as good as I think it's going to be, I'll share the information with you guys as a director team, because I feel like sometimes those are the things that Pampered Chef doesn't train us that we use all the time that people need. So anyway, I will.
And you might be able to use your professional development for it, can't you?
I don't think I can because she was a Pampered Chef consultant, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
They have some rules against that, but we'll see. And actually the one I'm taking just to get a taste of it is free. So it's a free workshop. And then I'll see if I want to either hire her individually to do stuff or she has other classes that you can pay to take also. So, okay. Hi, Misty. It's good to see you here. Are you on your lunch hour?
I'm actually covering the front desk. So,
so we'll just have you on mute. You're in at the office today.
yes.
Very good. And I know that changes when you're in the office and when you're not. So you can just listen. Let me pull up my chat. So if you have any questions, I'm watching the chat. So what I really wanted to do today was just go over everything that there is to go over for the new season and all of the specials they have going on just in one place at one time so you guys know what is out there. So I've broken this down into 4 different segments. What's for you in September, what's for your host, what's for your customer, and what's for new recruits. And I just want to kind of go down a list so that you understand what is out there, because there is a lot. And this is all on top of just the new products that we get in September. So first of all, for you, Table. If you do a show on Table is new for those of you who might not even know. I know it's been summer. Some people have been, off doing lots of fun things during the summer, and now's a great time to re-engage with your business. It's always one of our top selling times of the year. But hey, Steph, glad to see you coming on here. But Table is super exciting. And if you do a table party, for everyone you do, your host will be put in a drawing for the new cast iron, or not, it's not the new one, it's the cast iron skillet with lid. And they're going to pick some winners. And if your host wins, then you win a new cast iron skillet with lid. So that's one thing about doing shows on Table in September. One thing, and I think the most exciting thing, is if you have $1,000 in sales in September, you're going to earn 5 new holiday products. And I have no idea what they are. So, and none of us do. So, and I don't even know when they're going to be announced, but $1,000 equals 5 new products for you in your kitchen. And then if you get 2 subscriptions to Taste Buds or Enrichables, then you're going to earn a binder to keep all of the recipe cards in. And remember, Taste Buds and Enrichables, as you'll hear me say in a minute, is 20% off. They are both 20% off for customers. So there's that. And then double cash rewards for recruits. That's something that you can get. So $200 instead of $100. And then the last thing for recruiting that you get is you get an entry in the Great Recruiting Giveaway. And that's got all kinds of different prizes. There's 41, including some trips, some gift certificates. So there's all kinds of things. So whenever you recruit between now and the end of October, you will be entered in the Great Recruiting Giveaway. So all of those things, the table entry, the $1,000, the 2 subscriptions, the double cash rewards for recruiting, and then the recruiting giveaway, something like that. It's got a long name. Those are all things that you can earn and be entered into in September. Okay, now on to your host. I think this is the most exciting thing. Oh, and for you, don't forget the the paycheck. You're going to get a paycheck about time that you're going to start working heavily on Christmas shopping. So it'll be nice to get that paycheck on your $1,000 that you want to sell for your 5 new holiday products. All right. So for your host, the air fryer, the blender, the grill, all of those things that people really want can be 60% off. So they get to choose whatever they want. It can be a cookware set, one item at 60% off. And in my opinion, this is one of the best ones they offer. I always can usually get bookings just by sending out that they can get anything they want because it's different for everyone. So a great post might be posting those power tools and just saying who would love this in their kitchen, or what would you cook first? That's a question that I love to ask when I post one of those power tools and tell them what I'm cooking in the air fryer, whatever. What would you cook first if you had this in your kitchen? And then that opens that conversation that you can ask them if they'd like to get it for 60% off. Now, it was great last month at 25% off, but there were still a lot of people thinking it's still really expensive. And those are the people who might be all in for getting it at 60% off. And then I was super excited that they added the extra $100 free with a $650 or more party. So that means the very minimum, if your host has a $650 party, the very minimum she can earn for free is $215. That is awesome. Who's not going to want a $215 shopping spree at Pampered Chef? So that is what your hosts can get. For customers, we've already mentioned one, the 20% off of Taste Buds and Enrichables. And then also on the 17th, we're going to be able to add the add-on marketplace to those. So when they have a subscription, there's going to be, and I haven't seen a list. Ina, have you seen a list anywhere of what's going to be in the add-on marketplace?
I think it will be something that will change. So it might change like each month. But I think you can see that when you go in to actually set up a subscription. You can see what's on there.
All right.
But I haven't seen per se a list.
Okay, so the thing is, when they get their subscription to Taste Buds or Enrichables, there's no shipping, and there's going to be add-on things that for, I think it's 10 days, they can add on these tools, small tools and spices that they can add on into their Taste Buds with no additional shipping. So for no shipping. So I'm thinking of all the people who come to me and say, oh, I just need a couple spices, so I'll wait till a party when there's other things that I need. And how great will that be for them to be able to just get their spices every month? So I'm kind of looking at it that way and going to sell it that way for my customers. So that doesn't start until the 17th. And so try to get some subscriptions going now. If you don't have a subscription yourself, I highly recommend getting a subscription. And then that marketplace where you can add on small tools and spices and rubs will start on the 17th. So that is for customers. Of course, we have a gift with purchase, which is the Skinny Scraper or the Mini Skinny, Mini Mix and Scraper, sorry, or the Skinny Scraper. And then, of course, the best thing for customers is all of the new products. How fun. People love to see what's new at Pampered Chef, and there's some awesome new products. So I really, really love that. And let me tell you how I'm going to show that in just a minute, but let's go on to recruit. People who join the company in September get an opportunity. If they sell $12.50 in their first 30 days, they can get that new cast iron baker. What is the official name? Cast iron large. What is the name? I can't think of the name. It's the large, like 11 by 14 pan. And its value is $199. So that's a huge value. And that pan is amazing.
It's the enameled cast iron pan.
Oh, the pan, the enameled cast iron pan. No wonder I couldn't remember the name. It's just called the pan. So anyway, so that will be theirs for free if they do $12.50 in their first 30 days, which with new products and the great specials we have going on, that will be very doable. And then of course, there's new kits to offer them. Love that they can choose one of the power tools in the deluxe or in the largest kit. So if you have someone who's interested in Pampered Chef, or who you think might be interested if they just knew a little bit more, this Thursday, so day after tomorrow, there's a Meet the Pampered Chef webinar. And in the different groups that we have, I put a post this morning with the link. Super easy to invite people to that. I know that a lot of teams do opportunity events. I really want to take advantage of everything that the Pampered Chef is already doing for us. And this is one thing that I really haven't announced a lot in the past, but I'm going to start making sure you know when it is. You can sign up yourself. And what I recommend is grab that link, register yourself, and then you're going to be able to, the thing when you register is even if you're not on the event, you get the recording. So you can go in and look at it, see what was said, and then you'll know more how to offer it to people and what it's like. So even if you don't have somebody to invite this month, which I recommend trying to find somebody to invite, but if you don't, go in and register yourself so you can see what they're like, and then you'll be able to invite people easily. But
Yeah.
oops, let's see. Did you have something? I don't know who that was. Oh, it must have been Lori. So anyway, great that's okay. Great that we have that to offer people to learn more about Pampered Chef. So those are the 4 things for you, your host, your customer, and your recruit that we have to offer this month. Is there any questions on that? I know we just have a couple consultants here, but we're recording this. And if you're listening to the recording, write any questions that you have in the comments, and I'll be sure and watch that, because that's what this helpful half hour is all about, is just answering the questions that you have. So does anybody have questions about any of those promotions that are going on this month?
I think it's a lot of great stuff.
It's so much, and it's kind of found in different places. So that's why I'm like, I just want a list of what there is going on. Okay. So then I wanted to just take a minute on party types, in person or Zoom. And I know, Misty, you had a great response that you would love to learn more about how to do live Zoom parties on our helpful half hour. So we'll try to put that on the calendar so we'll be able to cover that. Shared rewards. My shared rewards last month was $3,900 before the discount. With the discount, $2,900. People really love those, so that's a great option. There's new party themes, the fresh takes for fall. If you haven't been into Market Imagery and look at what they've got going for those, they are beautiful. The pictures of the recipes, the posts, the videos are amazing. And then the other thing is Feeding America fundraiser. They're going to double donations just because there's been such a need with all the things that have been happening, the hurricanes, the fires. So they're going to double donations for Feeding America fundraiser September 1st through the 30th. So it would be a great time to do a Feeding America fundraiser so that it's doubled. So those are kind of the announcements. If you have questions, just interrupt me and start. But the other thing that I wanted to, just a little tip that I wanted to give you, and I don't know if this is the right way, but this is the way I do. I try to go in the beginning of every month to Market Imagery. And this is the way I do posting in my VIP group, or even just on my wall or in the team pages. I like to go in there and see what's new, and I just download it. So then they're all together. There's usually, I don't know, well, right now there's more because we just got new products. But on a regular month, there's usually, I don't know, maybe 10 new recipes or new posts. And so they're right together in my downloads file. And so it's really easy for me to go in and schedule those in my VIP group right from my downloads file, because it just takes me back there. So I just schedule those for the month, right at the beginning of the month. But the videos, if you haven't gone in, I love that they're doing shorter videos and more of them. And so there's awesome video that are less than 1 minute on the cast iron, the graters, the springform pan, the new flex tool, the square pan and steamer, the chili mix. The chili mix video is so awesome. It shows all the different ways you can use the chili mix. The pie and pocket maker. All of those have little less than 1 minute videos that you can post anywhere. You could even send them in a text to people, which is really nice so that people can just see easily some of the new products. So that's the way I do them. I just go into marketing imagery. I get them all into my downloads file all together so they're easy to find. And then it allows me, so I'm not filing them somewhere else at the end of the month. I just go through and clean out my downloads file. So then they're not sitting on my computer taking up space. And so it's just my little system for making sure that I'm getting the new content out there to my VIP group, and actually to you too, because there's different things that I schedule posts for my team. All right.
Oh, the good tips, Pauline.
Yeah. The recipes are amazing, by the way. So all the stuff that they have in market imagery can be used whether you're doing Facebook parties, whether you're doing table parties, parties in your VIP group. They can be used anywhere. So I was just going to ask, and I don't know if you guys have questions about table. I think we will probably designate a whole helpful half hour to table. But do you have any questions? Or maybe, Ina, you can tell us like your best 5 tips or 3 tips that you have found from table. And I'll add one just really quickly. I thought Beth was going to be able to jump on here, but I was talking with her just a little bit ago. She's putting most of her posts in before the party starts so that when people get there, they can see almost all of it. And then they don't have to keep coming back, but then she does post every day so they get a notification or a reminder to go in and look at the party. But the tip that she told me that made so much sense is when she loaded it all backwards. And so she loaded the things that they wanted to see last first. So as it pushed it down in the feed, when they go on and look at the party, they're seeing the party from the top to the bottom, but she had to load it backwards in order to do that. So I think that makes a lot of sense because it pushes it down, and she wants people just to be able to go in, see most of it once, play a couple games, make an order. Her first party she's done that way is at about almost 500 right now after just a couple of days. So obviously what she's doing is working. So Ina, tell us some of the tips that you found. You've probably been one on the team that's worked with table more than anyone else at this point.
So one of the best tips is to go take the training from the home office. And if you have done that, but you still have questions, because like I took the training and then I watched some of the videos that Pauline had posted that Teresa Brown had shared, were really good, like how to make your own video, your welcome video. But I wasn't finding that button, when I had to go into my Canva and I had to change browsers. I had to go to a Google browser to find that button. And then I could record and, do my own video. But one of the things, there's still some this week, I think today and Thursday, there are still some more question and answers. What I really like about the question and answers there might be only this many people on the question and answer. So you can really ask Mary Mahone all your questions. You can even tell her as she's explaining, slow down, Mary, do that again. I didn't see where you went. How did you do that? You can really ask a lot of questions. So prepared with good questions of how you want to, learn how to do that. So she walked me through how to post that welcome video because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't post it.
Okay, I know. So the live Q&A is new to me. When and where is that?
So if you go look on the in table tips, it tells you can click on the US and it will actually tell you, it's like one of the very first things that comes up that tells you there's help or whatever. If you click on that, it will give you the times. And there's usually at noon and 4 o'clock. So today, noon and 4 o'clock, Thursday, noon and 4 o'clock. So you can actually go in and to do that. And there was a lot less people on there, but you could ask a question, and that was something I specifically wanted to know, how can I upload this video? So then she talked about, uploading it from there, uploading it from YouTube, those kind of things. So it has to be in a format that's uploadable and it has to be short enough to be able to upload it. But
so
Canva,
did she recommend uploading it to YouTube first or just using it straight from Canva?
I did mine straight from Canva, but I couldn't put mine into their welcome information I had to upload that separately.
Oh,
And so I, we learned a little more tips and things about how you can upload, about what you don't. So my best tip is start with table tips. Your table tips is going to have the information of where you can find training. And if you scroll down through there is a plethora of training, video training. There is an outline. Like you can say, how do I set up a show? It's going to show you where you can get that outline. They have right now only 2 outlines, or 2, I should say, like one is Fresh Takes, the other one is Everyday Meals. But within those, there is so much content that you can't post it all in one party. So it gives you a chance to go pick and choose what you want to do, what you want to add, how many recipes do you want to do, what do you want to do. You can follow their outline exactly as they have it, or you can mix it up to be your own, and then you can post that. So that would be a really good thing, is to start with those 2. You can download the documents of the outlines. I wouldn't necessarily print them out, but I would download that to my computer. So then you could go in, and that's a visual. You actually get to see, this is the words, this is the pictures, this is the activity, this is the game, it takes you all the way down through everything that way.
right.
And then that to me is a visual thing that helps you to put your outline together easier.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know where Table Tips at, you have to go into Table. So the little blinking purple light at the top of Consultant Corner, where you're setting up your parties, just click on that and actually go into Table, and then Table Tips is right there.
Yeah. So that's one of the, the best things that I can tell you is to go to that one. And they have the training. They did 2 trainings on how to actually set up a party. They recorded at least one of them, and you can go in and watch that. So the best thing about that is that you can watch it and pause it and go do that step, then watch the next step. And, because she has so much information to share that she shares it very quickly. And so it's really nice to be able to go into that training and to stop it and to do it.
Very good.
And
That's
then-
a great idea. That's one of the benefits, actually a huge benefit of watching the recording rather than watching the live.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I watched the recording, and I'm sure at the end I was deer in headlights. I'm like, what?
It is true. So Angie and I, we watched one of those, how to set up your own show. So we were watching it on my little phone. If you have something bigger than a phone, that would be better, because it's hard to see everything. And then we were each on our own computers trying to do the step that she talked to us about. And then after that got all done, because it's only like 30 minutes, they're really, it's not a long time. And then Angie and I both went in and actually set up a mock show. So I would recommend do a mock show first, and invite a good friend who's not a Pampered Chef consultant to come into the show as a guest, and tell her you just need her feedback. You want to know what they think, how easy was this? Was that hard? How was this? Do a welcome video, have them critique your welcome video. Did they understand it? Did they know what you're trying to tell them? Just a lot of feedback. So you need somebody who can give you honest, good feedback, but will still love you, and you'll still love them at the end,
Very good. Those are great tips. So thank you. All right. Marie, I don't know where you're from or if you're able to get on, but thanks for coming into Helpful Half Hour. Hopefully there will be a lot of you who will watch this. Now, remember, we're going to be here every Tuesday at noon Mountain. So you can make that whatever time you're at. And we would love to hear what you want to hear about on these, but we just want to make it short and interactive. We've got about 5 minutes left. If anybody has any questions or any tips that you want to give, then that is fantastic right now. Stephanie, I see you here. Do you have any tips or ideas? Anything you want to share?
No, I am drinking everything in for my team meeting tonight. So I'm going to share about Table and where they can get tips so they can train on their own. But I think that that's a fantastic idea to maybe invite team members over who want to set up a party, and we could sit together like Ina and Angie did. I love that idea. I think that maybe some team members would take me up on that.
Perfect. I love that too. So
I'm going to add one more tip here, Pauline, too, is, when we went from in-home parties to Facebook, that was a really hard transition of trying to figure out how you do that, how you make that. Okay. One of the first things they tell you in this training is it's like when you walk up to the door of Table, you might have 2 suitcases in your hands, and one is a cooking show and one is a Facebook show. She says you're just going to put them both down and leave them there and walk through the door, because table is a totally different experience. And you, just like in any other party, put yourself in that party. I think you doing videos of like recipes or doing things and adding them into that party is going to put a lot more of yourself and make it unique than anything else that you could probably do. Just simple things like that to do, but you really have to, it is the relationships you develop. So it really is reaching out to every single person who joins, welcoming them with a text and, making that connection. That is probably one of the biggest tips I can give you for success.
Perfect. So I've done a few product videos. Lori, your parties are going to be hours and hours because you've done a ton of product videos, but I agree, when you're making dinner, you don't even have to video the whole dinner, just a part of it, just one of the tools.
Mhm.
And then you'll have that to put into your video. And if you weren't on our call, well, some of you probably were not, but my friend Cindy Johnson did a call for rock stars last week. And she said she just puts her camera, so you're looking at it, so it looks at her face, says, welcome, so glad you're here. And then she just clicks the button where it turns downward, the camera, to look at the tool she's using. So she doesn't have it clear back here where you can see her whole kitchen or anything. All they see is her face and the tool. And so it makes it really easy where you don't have to prep and clean and everything before you start your video. And then she said, I usually just do one tool of whatever I'm making. I don't show the whole recipe. So it's really just a couple, maybe a couple minutes, probably under a minute. And people love those short videos. So just a little tip on those videos there. And then just save them so you can add them into your party to show a video. And I agree. I went to a Norwix virtual party a couple weeks ago. And I loved the videos that were the consultant. I mean, there were lots of videos, some were the consultant and some were other people, but it was fun to see the actual consultant that I knew I was working with. And she had a great welcome video and stuff. So just from my experience with that, I think what Ina is saying is exactly true, to kind of make some of your own videos. So all right, we've got lots to do. If you guys have questions you want answered and you're not able to be on our chat on Tuesdays, just send it to your director, put it in the comments of when I post the link, although the link is the same, it's going to be the exact same every week. So you don't have to go searching for another link every time. It'll be this exact same link for every Tuesday. But we want to answer your questions, and we want to talk about what you want to talk about and what questions you have for your Pampered Chef business. So be sure and put them in there, and we would love to answer them for you on our next Helpful Half Hour. We want it to be very helpful for you. All right, you all have a great day, and we will see you next Tuesday on Helpful Half Hour. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Pauline.
Bye.